November 2021. 1 year after Donald J. Trump won a second term as President of the United States. Nearly 5 years in, the Trump White House was still spinning, like a karmic wheel of death and rebirth. Jim Mattis was long gone. H.R. McMaster was working on his memoir, Dereliction of Duty, Part 2. Rex Tillerson was president of the Boy Scouts. Again. Joe Dunford was forced out after refusing to suppress the Berkeley riots of 2019. And John Kelly retired to Mexico. Then Trump hired his B team and his C team. This story is about the team that came after that.
$800 billion.
You're missing the point.
$800 billion for the War Department. You know that's more than the next 8 countries combined?
It's not the War Department, it's the Defense Department.
It's irresponsible.
What? Oh, so now you are Mr. Irresponsible? When was the last time you even took out the recycling, babe?
What's responsible about buying more weapons? Babe, what we need is universal health care, student loan forgiveness, and a living wage.
Great, so it won't matter when we become a Chinese colony because at least we'll all have dental. Listen, you know I care about those things. I want universal health care and I want the minimum wage to be raised, but other things have to come first.
You only say that? You only say that because your parents, they're loaded.
What?
Yeah. Look, we're here. Can you just please do this some other time?
Fine.
Evan,
Hi.
how are you, my son?
Hey, how's it going?
So nice to see you. And who might this pretty young lady be?
Hi.
Oh, this is
Oh,
Sophia.
nice
Hi.
to meet you. Come on in, come on in.
Welcome.
Hey, Biggie!
Hey, how's it going, man?
what's up,
How you been?
I'm
This
good,
is Sophie. She's
Oh,
my
I know.
Hi.
I already stalked her on Instagram. She's New England style preppy.
This cake is for you.
Thanks. Oh shit, the turkey. Can you guys go in the living room?
All right, let's So Andy, are you not doing well in school? You're failing government.
Well, Dad told me you're a pig mouth libtard, so.
One of you guys get the door, please? I'm really busy right now.
Hey, it's Hannah.
Hey.
Hey.
Hannah, my daughter! Welcome home. How was the South China Sea?
Long flight. So good to be home.
So Hannah, this is Sophia. Sophia, this is Hannah.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, sit, make yourself comfortable. Hannah, let me take this off your shoulders.
So, Sophia, where are you from?
Greenwich, Connecticut?
Cool.
Who's playing that football match on the TV today?
You mean game? It's the Vikings at the 49ers.
Oh, I think Mom's at that game.
Well, there's no way that hippie piece of trash boyfriend of hers would ever go to a football game.
She broke up.
Well, did you guys see the lines at Food Lion this year? You're lucky I got a turkey.
Just not lucky for the turkey.
Hey! It's Thanksgiving. We're not watching any television. We haven't seen Hannah since Christmas.
Mom always lets us watch TV when we're over at her place.
You know what? That's a pretty good point.
Hey!
The American system is stronger than most, but it is not immune to these forces of democratic decay.
Russian jets hit over 200 terror targets in eastern and northern Syria just over the weekend.
The Roma have little regard either for the law or public decency. They defecate in public, chop the heads off chickens, leave trash.
In a speech tinged with nationalism, Xi Jinping struck an optimistic tone and insisted that only the Communist Party
This just in. The United States and China are planning a joint invasion of North Korea. A leaked war plan from the Department of Defense details how American special forces would race to secure nuclear weapon sites and assassinate Kim Jong-un. Meanwhile, Chinese forces would overwhelm Pyongyang to establish a temporary Chinese-controlled government and block refugee flows. While the Trump administration and the Chinese government have refused to comment on this story, regional experts say the plans represent an unprecedented breakthrough in Sino-American cooperation. We're receiving information that North Korea has issued a statement threatening military action in response to what it calls illegal and imperialist schemes on the part of China and the United States. Stay tuned, we'll bring you updates as the story develops.
All right, which one of you motherfuckers leaked it?
We don't know whose office.
As of 1400 yesterday, we have been unable to confirm the identity.
I'm sorry, what?
Who leaked it?
There are squealers in this administration.
So you know.
Still working on it.
So you don't know.
No.
So why have you been listening to Stormy Daniels' cell phone for the past 2 weeks?
They know. The question is how. We need to rework our classification procedures.
I still think there's a squealer in this room. Tammy Lynn, don't you think it's a little too soon to be making such allegations? It damn well does matter. Because if there's a squealer and he's in this very room...
Or she.
The American people are going to lose their shit.
This is a PR disaster. How is this going to play in Peoria?
Well, here's to another Thanksgiving together with y'all. For old time's sake, let's start with what we're thankful. The youngest goes first.
I'm thankful for my jewel.
Evan?
I'm thankful for soy protein and almond milk.
Jesus Christ.
Soy boy.
Well, I'm thankful to finally be home.
Sophia?
Are we serious? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but are we really not going to talk about what's happening? You know what I'm grateful for? Missile defense.
Sophia?
And how much did that cost? To build all those shiny new missiles we'll never launch?
$12 billion a year. A small price to pay to protect the homeland.
A small price to pay to protect our allies, free riders.
They're not free riding on their own security, Dad. Every young South Korean serves in the armed forces, unlike some people at this table.
You think you're more of a patriot because you're in uniform? Patriotism isn't just about the military.
You know who's a patriot? Our president.
Your president.
Making America great again.
Yeah. Your president is a racist, misogynistic egomaniac. Look, Dad, I get that you're done with the establishment. I am too, but...
You're done with the establishment? You're over experience? Education. Who cares, right?
Yeah. Education solves all our problems. Richard Nixon, Duke Law. The Clintons, Yale Law. Barack Hussein Obama, Harvard Law.
Sophia Price, the Wilson School of Public Policy.
At least we don't have all these ivory tower elitists in this administration. They're just some reasonable, down-to-earth folks who want to represent us.
Forget the public. What about the war plan?
I'm working on it.
You? Working on it? The only war you've ever won was on Twitter.
I like winning wars. I've won a lot. All I do is win, no matter what.
Here's how we're gonna win. We don't get flustered. We follow through with a plan in place. We hand over North Korea to the Chinese.
Forget China. She probably leaked it.
No, I didn't. I never leak. These lips are sealed.
Not her. She probably leaked it.
Cool it with the accusations, Tammy Lynn.
Not her. Xi Jinping, the president of China. Idiots.
Back to the war plan. We strafe the North Korean artillery batteries that threaten Seoul. We mobilize our troops massed on the border, decapitate the regime, and race to secure their nukes. Then we hand over that smoldering hellhole to the Chinese. Problem solved.
Forget the Chinese. We are the US of A. We've got this.
Damn straight. We're the finest fighting force the world has ever seen.
That's not a policy. What is it that you're proposing?
Our boys take out the fat kid with the shitty haircut. Clean and simple. Tell me when this ends. It's just one harebrained scheme after the other. We go in, but we never get the job done. We need to transform North Korea to help them have a functional, developed democracy. People are suffering, and we are in the positions to do something about it. Don't you think we should?
So what kind of bombs are we talking about here? Because I like the little ones.
Jesus, will you just listen to me here?
Listen, I hear everyone in this country. Everyone. Got it? But I really don't want to listen to you. Because the only reason you were promoted from consular officer was because the president thinks you look like Miss America 2012.
And you're not here because you almost won The Apprentice?
Ladies, please. Let's get back to how we depose Little Rocket Man.
Shut it, Stark. Just because you ran Lockheed Martin doesn't mean you know how to win a war.
I know how to fight a war.
Really? You were just a colonel a year ago. A well-timed pro-Trump YouTube video does not a 4-star make.
As I was saying, the inborn hope of every human being is freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom from want, freedom from fear.
Our satellites have just picked up a North Korean thermonuclear missile headed for San Francisco. It'll be entering United States airspace in 14 minutes.
This is nothing. Commence that activation. We have a 99.56% rate of success based on our simulations in space.
Sir, it activates automatically, and it's ground-based mid-course defense for the homeland, not THAAD.
It also has a 56% success rate. This is based on real missile testing since 1999. Thanks, Lockheed Martin.
It's like trying to hit a bullet with a bullet.
I've done that before.
What do we tell the public? Press conference in 5.
She's a something, son.
She's what?
She's different.
So, what's that supposed to mean?
She's different from you.
Yeah, so, but it's not like you and Mom.
Like what?
I said it's not like you and Mom.
What's that supposed to mean?
Politics. That's not what's going to divide us.
What do you think of it?
Bright girl means well. Can't communicate to save her life.
Fancy 70K prep school?
Have you been reading Breitbart again?
At least they tell it like it is. I'm tired of this fake news media.
They are the fake news.
Are you kidding me? We spent 20 years in the Middle East building other people's nations. And what do we have to show for it? And now you want to pick a fight with the North Koreans?
So what would you have us do instead?
Bring you home. It's time for some nation building right here.
That doesn't mean anything.
Well, you know, let's build some bridges. Bring some jobs back. It's time for some nation building.
Our country has enemies, and infrastructure spending isn't going to keep them away.
Well, maybe if we mind our own business, they'll mind theirs.
10 minutes to impact.
Let's get our ambassador to South Korea on the line now.
You mean the one that was never appointed?
I got it. The USS Maine. Remember the Maine? It's patrolling the Yellow Sea. If it fires an SLBM,
Oh, Christ.
it could reach Pyongyang in 5 minutes.
But their missile would still hit San Francisco.
But America would be first.
America first! America first!
But the war plan, the war machine, the war plan must go on.
Stephanie, did the president call? He's at Mar-a-Lago on holiday.
Nothing's going through on his phone. Turkey coma?
Pretending like there's some vast right-wing conspiracy out to get this guy, but it was his own friend.
For nuclear deterrence to be effective, we have to retaliate.
But deterrence has already clearly failed, or we would have launched the missile in the first place.
So are you saying we shouldn't act?
Wouldn't that prove Little Rocket Man right? So what if Nancy Pelosi and a couple million Californians become crispy critters?
Hold up. An attack on Americans is an attack on all Americans. Our fellow citizens. We can't stand for that.
Let's see if our missile defenses work. Striking back will not save any San Franciscan lives and will definitely cause many innocent North Korean lives.
We're past that. More missiles are probably already on their way. We have no room for conventional response.
Simmer down, simmer down. It is getting positively radioactive in here. You know, I could be convinced. Maybe we should nuke them.
Why should any brave young Americans risk their lives when at one single push of a button we could completely flatten this godforsaken country?
Oh yeah. The crooked shall be made straight and the rough places plain.
We need to make an example of them, send them back into the Dark Ages, and no one will mess with America for the next 10,000 years.
Sold.
You're outnumbered, Miss Universe.
History has its eyes on you.
You know, POTUS would agree with us. He likes our country just like I like my coffee. Strong. Mr. Chairman, I've already sent the orders down the chain of command. North Korea will pay for this. It was a bold decision, but the right one.
I have a feeling the president will be very proud of what we've accomplished here once he finds out about it.
There's no one he'd rather see behind that podium at a moment like this than you. You know how he likes the look of a man in uniform. Go get him, soldier.
Thank you. Is this thing on? Dearly beloved, I mean my fellow Americans, I have some bad news for you on this, our Thanksgiving Day. As I speak, a North Korean intercontinental ballistic missile with a nuclear payload is tumbling towards San Francisco. The president should be here to tell you this, but he is presently indisposed. To the people of San Francisco, there is no time to evacuate. There is only time to pray, and our thoughts and prayers go out to you. We have full confidence in our missile defense system, but in the event that it fails, in a matter of minutes, a mushroom cloud will stand over a great American city. This will not stand. Rest assured, your national security team has been working hard to craft an appropriate response to this vile and murderous assault on American sovereignty. We will have such revenges on you that we don't know yet. But what they are, they shall be the terrors of the earth. Thank you, and may God bless these United States of America.
Once upon a time there was a tavern where we used to raise a glass or two.
I'm calling Mom.
Hi, you've reached Catherine. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you. God bless you.
What can we do?
Nothing.
Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we'd choose. We'd fight and never lose. We were young and sure to have our way. And the busy years went rushing by us. We lost our starry notions on the way. If by chance I'd see you in the tavern, we'd smile at one another and we'd say, those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we'd choose. We'd fight and never lose. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the days. Just tonight I stood before the tavern. Nothing seemed the way it used to be. In the glass I saw a strange reflection. Was that lone